Hey, what is going on, you good people? My name is Mr. 93. Welcome to another Roblox video. Where today I'm playing General Quarters. This is a World War II based game where, as you can see, I'm getting my head hit by a main gun on a battleship. So this is a World War II game where you take a gunner, or basically a Navy crewman, Navy seaman, or whatever you call that, or whatever you call it in your country. But yeah, so basically your goal is to defend the fleet, or whatever vehicle you're on, or whatever vessel, vehicle, whatever you call that, whatever vessel you're on, from NPC attacks. You'll see, as I'm playing through this, you'll see the hit markers, so you'll know you're actually hitting your target. But yeah, it's not that hard to actually play this game. You just have to know actually how to aim it and actually not be stupid when you actually aim it. So yeah, so the goal of this is to actually hit your target, take down aircraft, and actually repair the ship if it ever gets damaged, or actually save the ship. So technically, in military terms, there's a guy. It's called damage control. That's what it's actually called. Which the goal of that is you're supposed to actually repair the ship, or actually fix the ship. Hence the name damage control. You control the damage, flooding, whatever that's on the ship. That's what's called in the U.S. Navy. So most people in this game actually don't do that. So what are you supposed to do? Because it seems in my hotbar, the second key is called repair, or whatever key. I actually can't say my screen, but whatever. There is a second key. There's a key that says repair. You're gonna hit that, and if there's any damage or any holes on the ship, there will be a red highlight on screen, and you can just run up to it. And then I think it's the R key, or whatever key prompt is there, depending on what device you're playing on. You just hold that, and it'll show you how much damage it is, and you keep holding it until the damage reaches 0. But every time you actually do repair, every time you actually do a little bit of damage control, like you repair a little bit, you get EXP, you get experience. So you see, I'm inside. I don't know if I'm even saying that right, but you can see in the lower left, there's an experience bar. So you do get experience based on either taking out targets, hitting targets, hit marker. Basically, every time you hit something, every time one of your rounds hit something, you get experience. Or every time you do damage control, anytime you fix something, you get experience. But yeah, so obviously this game is mostly based on teamwork, or it should be teamwork. But most people actually don't do teamwork, so which actually makes it very difficult for some people to actually play the game. I would play the game, but most people actually don't do teamwork, because you'll see there are fires on board. You actually grab an extinguisher to put out, or you can actually use a hose, which actually doesn't have a limit. It's obviously on ships, on the surface ships, it actually pulls ocean water through the hose to actually spray down, so you can actually spray off, or actually put out fires. But fire extinguishers you actually carry with you, so you actually don't have to run to actually grab the hose and spray on the fires. Now, right now, I saw an aircraft right where that circle is, but the turret in front of me is actually blocking from actually in the target. That's why I zoomed out to try to see if I was actually hitting anything. So yeah, so your goal of this is to actually keep hitting targets. Now, my personal preference, my play style is I don't like using the main guns, like the main battery, the one that's actually hitting my head. There's head right now. I don't like using this because the rate of fire is extremely low, but it's extremely deadly. Because obviously, if you don't know anything about naval warfare, you typically don't use the main guns for smaller aircraft, aircraft. You would not fire the main guns at an aircraft, because you're wasting a big shell on an aircraft, or on something that there's some AA guns or anti-aircraft guns can actually take out. But it's up to whoever's actually in the actual controlling the guns to actually fire. But I believe in ship terms, you're supposed to use the main guns for like ships, any enemy ships or any patrol craft, submarines, which this game actually does a very good job of actually like popping them in some rounds. I think round I think through I think 5. That's when you actually see like ship and enemy ships instead of just enemy aircraft, and it is actually much better to actually use the main guns to actually hit the enemy ships instead of using the like I'm gonna call it crew mounted guns, because when I'm playing this, I'm using realistic kind of playstyle, because at least in navies, the gun my character's sitting on right now, that is actually a crew mounted gun that was actually in I think World War II. You can actually see some of those, but there's also been an update with this game. As you can see, the last item in my inventory, so right next to binoculars, it says to upgrade. So you need certain amount of hits or certain amount of kills to actually get enough points, so you can actually upgrade the gun, the more powerful one. Now, I'm not more focused on upgrade. I just like higher rate of fire, so you have more rounds going towards a target, so you can actually have a higher probability of hitting a target. Now, some people may argue that that's not a good strategy. So some people want damage over quantity in terms of ammunition. Yeah, well, that I agree with, but compare the gun that I'm using to the main gun that's to the right of your screen right now. I prefer the higher volume, because if you actually do miss with that main gun, there's like I think it's a 30-second reload time. They call it reload, which is when the green circle goes back around to actually be able to fire again. Now, the fire key is still the same thing for all guns. It's your left click one or whatever one, your interact key or whatever. I have mine set on the left click, so if I hold down left click on the gun I'm using, it just continually sprays. You can see the circle every time you see red. That's when the next round is being loaded into the chamber, and when it fires, the green goes back around and it cycles all over again. But if you're using the main gun, it is slow. So the red you see the green circle fill up slower. That's partially why I don't like using the main gun. One, it's kind of hard to actually judge. You actually have to judge the shots. If you're actually really good at the main guns, you're very advantageous in this game. Like you can really take it. But if you can actually get to the main gun before some new players, I don't know if it's like bots or whatever Roblox has a setup as, but you can set. But if you actually get there before like the new guys or the cadets or anyone that's below like rank or below level 5 or something like that, you might be able to save the ship, because usually if anything low ranking people actually get to the guns first, you might actually you might actually lose the ship. So yeah, usually the higher rank guys, they have more experience, they're more likely to actually do damage control. So yeah, that's also one of the things I actually like to do. I like to do damage control because that's the easiest way to actually earn experience in this game, because you're actually guaranteed to get experience, because when you repair something, you get experience. Now with the guns, if you do, you may not hit your target, because the AA guns or the crew mounted guns, the range is extremely low. It's actually inaccurate, but there's no bullet drop. But the game kind of has something where the farther it goes, the less likely it's going to hit the target. But you don't see the bullet actually hit its own target. So yeah, you do kind of want to like lead a shot, judge a shot. So depending on actually how you depending on your play style, it may be prudent or what, I don't know what I'm saying, but whatever. It may be perfect for how you would actually play it. Again, everybody plays this game differently. I'm not judging you guys. There's also torpedoes on some ships, but there's also another round where instead of ships, you have B-17s, which I'm not 100% sure, but B-17s were actually under the U.S. Navy, which some fun facts. The Navy actually is a second leadership in aircraft because the Air Force came later. But at least in World War II, planes were under the command of the Navy. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Whatever. But the B-17 round isn't really that good because you actually can't repair the ship. Sorry, you can't repair the aircraft. You can't repair any damage. Basically, there's only a certain amount of damage the game will allow you to repair. For the B-17, it doesn't show you anything you can repair. You can only repair the guns that have been shot at. So that's kind of why I don't like the main guns, because most likely because usually on the B-17, most people will get to the ball turrets because it allows for a wider field of view, or allows for a wider field of angles, so you can actually angle the guns more and actually rotate it more. I don't know why I'm spinning in my chair. You guys actually can't see it, or you guys can't even hear it either. But so whenever I end up on a B-17 mission, I try to get one of the ball turrets. Hopefully the top turret, the ball turret on top, because you actually have a wider field of vision, and the at least in the B-17, which is actually not being shown right here as I jump off the deck. That's one way to reset. The top turret actually has more range than that. The chin turret, or the front guns of the B-17, because it can't aim that high, but also there's actually an overlapping field of attack. I don't know if that's what you call it, for both the chin turret and the top turret of the B-17. So yeah, you can kind of overlap, which obviously that's what manufacturers should do. That's how you would actually build a vehicle. You should actually have overlapping fields of fire, so you can actually, so more rounds can actually hit that target. So you can have multiple people firing at the same target, actually guarantee that target to be hit. But I don't really like the B-17 because most likely you can't really repair the aircraft. I mean, the B-17, you're trying to guarantee. The goal of that is actually, fire, defend the aircraft, all that stuff. But there's no way to actually do damage control. Damage control is mostly used on ships, like what I'm doing on the screen right now. You actually repair holes and you get XP. It actually says on the bottom of the screen how much XP you're getting. But yeah, so basically that's just the gist of this game. It's very good if you actually are very good at teamwork. You can actually communicate. Not actually communicate, but if they actually do listen to you, you have a good team. You can actually communicate with the actual other players. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that's right for this video. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, thank you guys much for watching. And fly hard, pilot.